Do you think somebody sent you an MP3 that was converted to a WAV file, or maybe an AAC, or even an Opus to WAV? And they're claiming that they didn't, but you know for a fact that they did, just because it doesn't sound as good. Well, I can actually show you how to prove whether you were sent a lossy audio file or not. Stay tuned. The top track is our lossy track, and the bottom track is the FLAC file, the losslessly compressed file. It's the same song, but one has something missing from it. And a trick that these lossy encoders use is to throw away stereo information and combine it so that those bits can be thrown away. It's called joint stereo, and there might be some other name for it these days, but joint stereo is the one that I'm familiar with. And pretty much all of them use that technique to save on data. So, what does that mean to you? Well, if somebody sends you a lossy stereo file, then you should be able to hear those artifacts. And here's how you do it. Actually, there's two ways. So, first of all, if it's a mono file, you might be able to see that the track gets cut off before the maximum frequency range. So, I'm going to take a look at that right now. Go to one of the courses.
Shadows fade. You chew me up and spin me.
So in Voxengo span, there's this gearbox right here, or this gear, and then you click that and you change the maximum frequency to above 20 kilohertz.
Shadows fade. You chew me.
So you can see it clearly cutting off if I zoom in.
Shadows fade. You chew me up and spin me out.
It cuts off right at 20 kilohertz.
Shadows fade. You chew me up and spin me out like I want.
Now if I look at the full uncompressed file, that should not be the case.
Shadows fade. You chew me up and spin me out like I was poison in your mouth. You took my breath.
Yeah, see, it actually goes a little bit further past 20 kilohertz.
Shadows fade. You chew. Shadows fade.
And with MP3 and AAC, it might even be lower.
Shadows fade.
With lower bit rates, it will be lower as well. The other way to tell, you need a mid-side, also known as sum and difference, matrixing plugin. The one I recommend is MSED from Voxengo. And what this lets you do is control the volume of your mid and side. And what you want to do is lower the mid all the way and up the sides. All right, now let me show you what it sounds like with the uncompressed or lossless file.
I want to drive away.
Now this is the lossy sides. Do you hear that smeariness that the other one doesn't have? It's even worse in the chorus. So yeah, now you know whether somebody sent you a lossy file or not. Because what I've had happen in the past is somebody will be lazy, or maybe they don't have the original file or mix down still, and they will just convert the MP3 to a WAV file because I say, hey, I need a WAV file. So they'll just take the MP3 file that I already tried and they'll convert it to a WAV file and send that to me, which doesn't gain you any resolution or quality. It just converts a lossy file into an uncompressed file. You still got the, the artifacting going on, and you don't want lossy files while you're mixing or mastering. It's as simple as that. MP3, AAC, Opus, these files were all designed for the, they say, last mile. So the end user, the last person listening. And it's so awful when people re-encode lossy files. I mean, I tell you, it's pretty amazing that lossy files can even be re-encoded and still sound somewhat decent. But man, nothing beats the original, FLAC, uncompressed, or the lossless compressed audio. That should be the end goal. Like, DTS Master Audio, or what's the other one? Dolby True HD. Like, those are all lossless codecs. As far as I'm concerned, if people send you a lossy mix, then you should reject it. I'm not saying you can't do it, but you're going to run into issues with not being able to do as much. And you're always going to be sacrificing quality in some way if you don't use lossless or uncompressed WAV files or AIFF. So that's about it. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you have anything else to ask me, or if you just want to leave a comment saying, hey, what's up, and thanks for the information, I always like those comments. Those never get old. And if you want to tell me I'm an a-hole, hey, those are fun to read too. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.